So this was published in Panther Press. This is a lot of times where my faith and my political beliefs kind of intersect. And Panther Press is publishing this poem this week. It's called The Longest Day. Sunday Vigil Mass. I am on my way to the summer edition of the holiday party I went to late last fall, and I know I will not want to get up tomorrow morning. This is the Sabbath celebration of the body and blood of Christ. In the preamble to this weekend's readings, I learn of the legend of a mother pelican who tore her own flesh to feed her young during a time of famine. Children are starving in Gaza, and South Sudan, and Yemen, and Guatemala and Haiti. A whole generation on the brink of disaster. This civilization has failed if we can't take care of our most vulnerable. In the northern hemisphere, today is the longest day of the year. There are days when the sun rises earlier, and others when it sets later. But the summer solstice has the most minutes of daylight. Today is the longest day. For those of us who believe in a better world to come, the times we are living in seem as though they have lasted forever, especially since we cannot know exactly how they will end. Thank you. So I usually just write one new poem for 100,000 poets, and then you guys get to hear me read poems over and over again. These are all new. I was talking to Charles about this poem about 5 months ago while we were having dinner, and actually finally think I made this work. I don't know if you guys heard about the federal election in the Inuit territories. They were not able to vote. They either did not open polling stations or they closed them at 2:30 in the afternoon. Inuit man trying to vote. Tivi Tulagak, a high school student from Inuvik, Nunavik, wanted to vote in Canada's federal election for the first time. He went to the local polling station to cast his ballot, but after waiting several hours, Tivi was told the polls would not be opening. In Saint-Louis, Quebec, about 74 miles from Nunavik, also with a largely Inuit population, the polls closed after only a couple of hours. How can it be in 2025 that eligible voters in 7 Inuit communities either had difficulties voting or were unable to vote at all? Tivi Tulagak is a citizen of the nation of Canada. He is a partner in our shared destiny and has a legal right to have his voice be heard. Trigger warning, because of the atrocity that's going on in Palestine right now, pretty much everybody who's Jewish is being tarred with the same brush. Like there's a necessity that they are Zionist or a definition that they are pro-genocide. And I'm really pissed off about that, and I'm probably going to get pissed off for reading this poem, but anyways, issues. I opened the blinds, which let in a sky so smoggy I keep my reading lamp on even though it is well over an hour after sunrise. Particles of solid and liquid droplets extend up into the jet stream and come into our lungs and bloodstream, come down into our lungs and bloodstream. See, I told you that I've met these before. The forest fires are getting closer every year. The daily news bears forecasts of more of the same atmosphere and impending deadlines of overseas ceasefires which have not been recognized. I wonder when the battles will begin over our fresh water and trees, even as we are in a trade war with our next door neighbor. As I near the end of middle age, I try to meet the various battles of this world in such a way as not to make them worse. I seek harmony with everyone wherever possible, even those who don't share my unique value systems, and try to find solutions which work for all of us. However, I will not keep my mouth shut or my pen dry while one of the greatest recurring evils in recorded history manifests itself once again. The evil which nice people won't talk about and bad people don't name. Anti-Semitism. Make no mistake, my friends, The far right has risen like a parasitical phoenix from the ashes of society's failure. But generally right-thinking people have also unwittingly taken up this mantle in the name of righteousness, in support of our brothers and sisters in Palestine. The atrocity in Gaza is horrible, soul-crushing, and inhuman. It is genocide. But your friend, your co-worker, the owner of the local business, the family going to synagogue is not responsible. Anti-Semitism is wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Thank you. And now to end with the sort of political satire that I'm generally known for. So Donald Trump wants to make us the 51st state. And I think that the chance of that is zip. I confess that Canada is a far from perfect nation. We have deep issues from within, but the answers to our current problems are not beyond our current borders. One thing I definitely don't want is a zip code. I find it difficult to trust a system which uses numbers when I am far more comfortable in the world of letters. And by the way, how can you reliably mail something called a letter by a method that uses only numbers? I want to make something clear. I love Americans. Good friends, family. Some of the people I admire most are Americans. However, there is absolutely no way I want to be one. No chance at all. Zip, zero, zilch, nil, nada, bupkis, diddly squat, the big goose egg, shut out, shut up, shut down, washout, shipwreck, false step, fiasco, calamity, snafu, balls up, faux pas, debacle, disaster. If I have my choice, I will stay a citizen of the country where I am from, no matter the circumstances of the next world order, and hope we can remain friends. Thank you very much.